Howdy, folks. Welcome to the channel, Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. My R stands for Rutgers, or it could stand for Rockin' the Country. But I've got a gift request today. Frank Gallop's The Ballad of Irving, 1966. I have no clue. Haven't done anything by Frank. I haven't heard of him. And it's a gift from George Woodruff. So, George, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for this gift request. And this is what George said in his email to me. Don, this is a crazy one. I think it's country, but it's out in left field. I was crazy enough to do this in 1978 at my rock and roll show I did for the students and later in the evening for the parents. I was scared out of my pants, LOL. I still listen to this one at least once a month. The song is Frank Gallop's The Ballad of Irving, 1966. This is going to be a story. You can tell I got no idea what we're getting into, though. So I'm going to put my trusty headphones on so I can hear it. But holy cow. Now, I don't know if this came out in 1966 or Irving. It's about Irving set in 1966. I suppose the song is going to make it clear. All right, here we go.
He was short and fat and rode out of the west with a Mogan David on his silver vest. He was mean and nasty right clear through, which was kind of weird because he was yellow too. They called him Irving. Big Irving. Big short Irving. Big short fat Irving. The 142nd fastest gun in the West.
142nd fastest gun. That's funny.
He came from the old bar mitzvah spread with a 10-gallon yarmulke on his head. He always followed his mother's wishes. Even on the range he used 2 sets of dishes.
That is in the Levitical law.
Big sissy Irving. The 142nd fastest gun in the West. Irving. 141 could draw faster than he, but Irving was looking for 143. Walked into Saul's saloon like a man insane and ordered 3 fingers of 2 cents plain. Irving. Big fat Irving.
Fat short?
Big sport Irving. The 142nd fastest gun in the West.
I could see this being a ballsy thing to do for your students. Now, who were your students, George? I don't think I knew this part of your life. I don't think they'd be college students because their parents wouldn't have shown up in the evening. So, high school, middle school? Huh. Anyway, yeah. Oh, that's pretty funny. And what is the title of the album? When You're in Love, the Whole World is Jewish. Interesting title. Who would even come up with that?
The James boys was coming on a train at first sun, and the town said, Irving, we need your gun. Well, that train pulled in at the break of dawn. Irving's gun was there, but Irving was gone. Irving.
You ran?
Big fat Irving. Big help Irving. The 142nd fastest gun in the West. Well, finally, Irving got 3 slugs in the belly. It was right outside the Frontier Deli. He was sitting there twirling his gun around, and Butterfingers Irving gunned himself down.
Oh, Jesus.
Big fat Irving. Big dum-dum Irving. Big dum-dum dead Irving. The 142nd fastest gun in the West. Really?
I love that it's live. That's pretty funny. Well, in the album, let's see, When You're in Love, the whole world is Jewish. And I think it says featuring the You Don't Have to Be Jewish players. I love that. It's just, I don't even know what the context of the performance is. Maybe this was being done at a synagogue, not on a Saturday night. Well, it could be on a Saturday night, but probably not because, you're breaking the fast at that point. But if you're observant, but well, if you're reformed, then you can do it. But this is very funny. I can't imagine the reaction you got, George, when you did this for your students. They probably didn't understand it unless they were older, but they wouldn't have understood it as much as the parents, as well as the parents would have understood this. And hopefully they took it as good natured, tongue in cheek as it was, to me, clearly represented as being that. But some very funny things in here. I mean, the 142nd fastest gun in the West. Big shame that he shot himself because he had butterfingers. What a description. I can't imagine what the rest of this album was like because this is probably like a Tommy by The Who type theme album. I'm just guessing. Maybe it flowed from one, so there was narrative development from song to song to song. So how do I even rate this? I mean, yeah, it's country, certainly. And you were right. It was a good description of it that you gave, sort of out in left field. And it's funny because Dan Sigurdsson popped into my head during this one too. Just sort of like some of the out in left field ones that Dan likes. Other folks like them too as well. But Dan popped into my head because he likes these esoteric type songs. So, all right, I'm going to rate this one. And man, this one, it's tough. I mean, the number already popped into my head, and I have to say it because it's the number that I go with. The number was an 8.7, and it was really based on the creativity. And I don't know if it's the tongue-in-cheek humor, but there were some very good lines in there. I like the description of Irving, and he had a 10-pound yarmulke on his head, and what was he? He was short, fat, but the 142nd fastest gun in the West. And he was looking for the 143rd. That's sort of broaching on Tom T. Hall's territory in terms of storytelling arc. But so there you go. All right, George, I hope you enjoyed that. Now that it's out there, I can't imagine the feedback you're going to get. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.